Put your fists up. Tip cups to the ceiling if you're sick and feeling ripped off. I let my fist off, get lit and lift off. Raise your hands if you with me and you pissed off. I'm standing on the corner of 6th Street. I'm running out of time for this week. My head's pounding, stomach shaking. It's worth it, the hunger makes it.
Alright, despite the copyright, how can you not show that banger of an intro? And that's right, we're moving on for the CD 3D. We couldn't play a Sonic CD, but we're moving on in the 3D Sonic games to a game that I have already technically reviewed once, but I'm going to play it again because I actually really enjoy this game. This is one of my favorite Sonic games of all time, so I'm happy to play this one.
Select a character.
Now, as you can see, there's actually a shit ton of characters you can play as in this game versus some of our other Sonic adventures that we've had so far. Typically, thus far, you've only been able to play as Tails, Knuckles, and Sonic. But this game actually opens you up to 3 other characters, Amy, Big, and E102 Epsilon, I'm not sure. And yeah, you unlock these as you go through. It's kind of a new thing. Like I say, the last 3D Sonic game we saw was more kind of isometric and more like Mario RPG. So this game was kind of revolutionary. Now, it originally came out on the Dreamcast. I originally played it on the GameCube. And right now I'm playing it on the PC port. So, you know, it's definitely gone through the miles, and there's a reason for it. It actually is a fun game with a lot of good gameplay elements. It's not to say there's not a lot wrong with it, but it is an overly fun game, I have to admit. And you're going to see, like, all the main reasons behind that in a few seconds here. The game was very ambitious in terms of like cutscenes and everything that it did.
This is happening.
It's funny when you compare this to the game that came after it, Sonic Adventure 2. These are much smoother in terms of the polygons that are presented, but the animations are a lot jankier. And, yeah, you know, prior to this, Sonic games kind of introduce you with an intro level. It's a little easy and everything. This jumps you right into a boss fight, which is kind of different. Pretty sure I mentioned that in the last one. This introduces us to Chaos, a whole new villain character, which is kind of neat.
Lock on target, man! Ready? Fire!
And, you know, this was ambitious for a Sonic game. I think this is the first time that we really put Sonic in the human world, and we saw him with other counterparts. Maybe I'm wrong about that, you guys will have to correct me, but...
Retreat! All personnel!
It's useless! I will shuffle and spot. I don't know what you guys thought bullets were going to do to the water monster, but, you know. At least you snag a couple rings right out of the gate. Nice idle animation, Sonic. Chaos Zero. Yeah, and then you kind of start fighting this thing without really knowing who or what it is. You just kind of... Cool. Oh yes, and this was the advent of the homing attack. So by doing what typically games would be a double jump, Sonic actually does a homing attack on his opponent. A little different than the days where you just have to plan and jump. Oh, hit. I don't even understand. A bit of a strange fight to start the game off with. But follows the tradition of Sonic of, 3 hits, and you take out the guy. So. Does give you a little bit of a sense for 3D controls. And it's tight. I will say that too. It's very tight 3D controls. I will say that the first 2 dalliances that Sonic did into 3D, like Sonic 3D Blast, does control fairly well, even if it's not your favorite style of game. And same with Sonic DX. Even if you're not a big fan of 3D 4-running Sonic games, like I say, 3D Blast was a little different, this game controls tight. There's not much to complain about. Yes, the Chaos runs down the well. Or into the drains.
You know nothing, fool! It's Chaos, the god of destruction!
And at least Eggman is good enough to let us know who that was. Might be wrong, this might be the first time we actually get Eggman instead of Robotnik, too. I'd have to look more into that. And then where the character design kind of changed to what we know and love now.
Huh?
And yeah, they put a little bit of story into this
What?
one, too. Which is nice.
Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah!
Yeah, like I say, the polygons look good.
Tails!
Animation, not so much.
Now, what am I gonna do with you?
Probably gonna run and help him, buddy. Be my guess. Those TVs are just little hint things. Emerald Coast. And yeah, so Sonic's levels are pretty much just get to the end of the stage. Similar to most Sonic games, we free little animals by destroying robots. Now, I can't remember if the animals have a purpose in this game. In Sonic Adventure, they definitely do in Sonic Adventure 2. Just try that. Whee! And I mean, if you want to go fast, this game definitely makes you feel like you're going fast. This PC port's a little janky. Doesn't play quite as nice as the GameCube, but it's not bad. Fun to get stuck on rails a lot. And eventually I'll get a ring dash and things like that. This will become a staple in 3D Sonic games, is running away from a monster. Having to switch your perspective as you go. Yeah, the nice thing about homing is it lets you just really nail those bumpers. There's not a lot of platforming like that in the game, fortunately. And you might be able to see it is a little janky on PC. I don't know if this is because I've got 60 or not. This way. As you can see, it does fit with the fast pace of a Sonic game. I might have to change some of the graphics settings here. Whee! Platforming here. Like I said, there is some platforming. It's Sonic, right? Can't not be.
Jump on panel number 1. It will take you to panels 2 and
This is a
3.
weird thing that didn't
Jump
really
as soon as you land on the
continue
panel,
on.
or else you'll fall.
Kai. Hey, Tails, how you doing, buddy? And as soon as anything, it tabulates your ring score and everything by the end. It's good times. Oh, I do think you can use rings to buy shit. Be sure to check out the Is That All podcast, where Kevin and I take existing movie plots and we rewrite the movies without ever knowing what the title is. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it better? Is it worse? In order to find out, you'll have to tune in to the Is That All podcast, available everywhere you can find podcasts. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps me grow and lets me know that you guys like the content that I'm putting out there. Be sure to ring that bell, that way you know whenever new videos go up. And as always, be sure to check out more Throwback Thursday.